Joined by head coach, Hofstra head coach Joe Mihalik, senior Justin Wright Foreman, and junior Eli Pemberton. Coach, an opening statement about tonight's game, please.
Well, we wanted to, obviously you want to raise the level of your play for conference play now that the non-conference season is over. First one tonight. I mean, literally, we're playing for first place. I mean, the best we can do is be tied with 5 other teams for first place. But we're playing for first place, and we took care of business here. Proud of these guys. They all, to a man, they all were focused, locked in, hungry, and wanting to show that we're a good team in this league.
Questions? Brian.
Coach, being up so much at the halftime, how do you keep your team so focused to come out in the second half and bring that same intensity that you showed in the first 20?
Well, I don't talk enough about the great leadership we have. These two guys in Bowie, I mean, they take care of that stuff. I know in the locker room they talk about how to be. We remind them, we say it all the time, no matter what the score at halftime, it's nothing to nothing. Let's play the right way. Let's play hard. Let's treat it that way. Let's win the first 5 minutes. We always talk about those first 5 minutes, but when you got leaders like Bowie and Justin Wright Foreman and Elijah Pemberton, you just, it's a coach's dream.
Justin, after the first half and also after the game, did Coach say anything to you about how you were scoring or your shot selection?
Not really. Mainly when we went to the locker room, we were just talking amongst ourselves and just telling, like Coach said, we just gotta play the right way. And as a leader, I always had to lead by example, and along with Eli staying in my ear and Joe in my ear, just telling me to keep going because I was rolling, and they just kept me going the whole game.
I thought Justin did a great job of taking the right shot, and sometimes not easy for most people, but easy for him. He makes such tough shots. I think sometimes he has this feeling that he wants it to be a really hard shot every time. I thought he let the game come to him and took a great shot. 10 for 14 from the field, no easy ones. I mean, there was no breakaway layups. I don't think. Maybe one. I don't know.
Coach, Eric Carter came into this game having a double-double in this last contest, but Jaquil Taylor really pretty much shut him down. Talk about his impact in today's game.
Yeah. Jaquil does the things that don't really show up, although I think his rebounds probably did, but a lot of things that don't show up on the scorebook. He did a great job with him. I mean, he's a key to their team. You and I talked before the game. Carter's a big key to their team, and we got some early foul trouble, which was a break for us, but we were proud of our guys for 2 of the fouls he got. One was a charge that Jaquil took, and the other one was a good box out, and he came over the top. So we were making good basketball plays, playing the game the right way to get those fouls from him. But those guys did a good job. Danny did a good job with them too. Just kind of did a couple little things to adjust and keep from getting comfortable.
Justin, in the second half, towards the end, when the lead was very big, it looked like you started to take your foot off the gas pedal and looked to find your teammates more. Could you talk about that a little bit?
I mean, that was pretty much my job. That's what I worked on all summer, just being a better playmaker. So it was like, it's not about me at the end of the day, it's about the team as a whole. So just finding my teammates was very important at that point, and being able to get people shots was just what I was trying to do.
Justin, do you feel like, given that this was the first conference game of the season, you guys get such a big win, that you guys sort of made a statement to the rest of the conference?
Definitely.
Eli, first game back after missing the game against Rosemont. How are you feeling? How did it feel to be back out there?
It feels amazing to be back. Hate taking time off with my brothers, but practice, we practice against each other. I feel healthy. I feel 100%, and I'm in the training room, so just trying to stay as 100%.
Eli, does seeing Justin perform out there at such a high level motivate you to score?
Absolutely. Not to score, but watching him play. Oh, yes, watching him play is just like, I said it before, it's like magic. I just love it. It's crazy, like especially games like today. And I feed off him. This is my partner in crime and my team collectively. But watching him play is just, it gets everybody going, not just me. So.
Joe, 9 days in between Division I games. You're the holidays in the middle there. Is it a challenge sometimes to go so long with so much going on? And when did you realize? Did you realize in practice this week that they were going to respond to it? Did you realize in the first 10 minutes today they were going to respond to it? When did you realize that you didn't have to worry about a letdown?
After our game against Rosemont the other day, because I said I'm going to talk about the leadership again. I grabbed Elijah and Justin and DeJour and I said, hey, let's take some time off. And now it's conference time. And before I could finish the sentence, Justin was shaking his head and there was a twinkle in his eye. I mean, these guys were excited that it was a conference game. You know what, Jerry? It might have been one of those things where if it was another non-conference game, it could have been a little bit more of a concern. But the fact that it was a conference game really got everybody's attention.
Jaden.
Joe, 3 games out of 4 now where you've held the opponent under 60 points. This might be one of the more active defenses you've had in 5+ years that you've had here. How much has that side improved over the last couple of weeks? And Justin and Eli, can you guys follow up on that?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is that we've been playing this defense as a unit for a while now, and most of last year as well. And they're just getting better and better. They're reading each other. They have a sense of where the other guy is, and they're just they're enjoying themselves out there. They're communicating and they're feeding off each other. It's fun to watch.
It definitely plays a part with our chemistry, both on and off the court. We're with each other all the time, so that's mainly what it is. And we just like talk on the court and just tell people where we need to be, and don't like badger anybody and get on anybody. Just be positive and very optimistic towards the situation.
Yeah, it just starts off the court. Our chemistry is really good, and especially playing with guys like that and how close we are, it makes it kind of easy for us to play defense for each other. And for years past, it hasn't always been too great, but I feel like this year, this is probably the closest team I had.
Nick?
Obviously, game coming against Drexel on Sunday. You blew this team out against Delaware, but what's the mentality going to be like trying to regroup game in a couple of days? What's that mentality like coming off a blowout win?
We just get ready for the next game, though. We can't think about this as in the past now. I'm happy, the team's happy we got to win, but now we got to focus on Drexel.
Just stay hungry, be hungry. We're when you're playing good, you can't wait to play again. I got to speak the truth here. I don't like playing 2 games in 3 days, but everybody does it, so it's the same for everybody. But you got a little time to prepare, and you got a little time to get better from this game, whether it's a good one or a bad one. But hey, that's what it is. So we got to do it.
Coach, sorry to backtrack, but in coming out in the second half, Delaware came out in the trap, and it was largely ineffective. Justin went right through 2 defenders. Why do you think that was?
Well, because he's a terrific player, but we've also been working since July 1st on any kind of defense people could throw at Justin. We've been talking about trapping ball screens, letting him use ball screens, denying him from getting the ball, overplaying him. There isn't anything. All we did for the last 6 months was try to think of what teams could try to do to stop Justin, and try to have some plans for that. But he executes them. The things that we can do against him, he executes them. I mean, listen, we're ready for anything because Justin's ready for anything.
Sorry.
Joe and Justin, you guys are in a position of being a league favorite for the first time since 15-16. 2 questions. One, what did you take from that?
Did you ask Charleston and Northeastern about that? Because
well, it is a three team race. This is one of the teams.
Mm-hmm.
What did you take from 15-16 that you can apply here? And does this feel any different than it did in 15-16 when you guys were, picked first, not just kind of this group of 3 teams that seems to get a shot at this?
I think these guys will back me up on this. We've been talking about that team a lot. I've made references to that team, and I've talked about how good that team was. It won the regular season, won the regular season championship. But I've challenged these guys to be better than them, and I've made references to that team and how that team got knocked off by Stony Brook and Siena in the non-conference, and we didn't let that happen. And how that team's doing. We make references to that team, so your insights is always good.
Definitely one of the things that I took is we were close, very close, and that's one of the things that me and DeJour, before this even started, me and him used to just talk about. Me and Elijah too, because he's seen it. Just how close we were off the court is very important. Just being with each other, how much that just helps our confidence and helps us work together as a collective unit, and that was the most important part, just coming into the season.
Coach, seemed like the 3-point shot made a big difference in this game, especially in the first half when you guys got out to the big lead. How much emphasis did you place on that coming into the game?
It's a good shot for us. It's not a good shot for every player. It's not a good shot for every team. But I'll tell you what, everybody can shoot it. I mean, these 2 guys are terrific. DeJour makes them, Tariq makes them, Stafford makes them, Jalen makes them. We're good at it. It's one of the things we're good at. We're lucky that we're good at it. I mean, we're not always good at it. Tonight we were, but it's not. It's a good shot for us, and it's I don't know that we emphasize it or hunt it, but it's a good shot for us.
Last question, anybody? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.